Okay, just give me some feedback on this registration form. Everything looks good. The only thing I've really changed is made this to a response box rather than just a text box, like an open-ended bigger box, basically for them to write a little bit more. So I'm going to talk to you about Formmule, which is an add-on. So when you go to view your responses, I don't think I can probably view yours because I don't have access to it. So I'm just going to pop over to my own form. So here's a form that I have for kids to request different apps to be available. And it all comes into this spreadsheet. I have an add-on called Formmule, and I can get add-ons here when I hit get add-on. So again, when you're in your registration form, you have to go to view responses because that's where the spreadsheet contains all the responses, and that's where you're going to send your email from. And I just use a one that's called Formmule. There's other ones out there, but this one I like. It has a lot of things that I use for it. So you basically would just hit add here. I would add it. When you would add, it would install it into your add-ons menu inside your Google spreadsheet that is collecting responses, and then you just go down to Formmule and hit launch. Sometimes it takes a little time, especially the first time running Formmule, so just give it a little bit of time. If it gets stuck, at any time you can just refresh the web page and then launch it again. So first off, it asks you where is the stuff that you want to pull from into your email. So I can say form responses 1, and that's this particular sheet. You can have many sheets inside a spreadsheet, so I have to specify which sheet is going to be pulling the information. The other thing you want to do is say when someone submits a form, you want the email to be sent. So you want to turn on that trigger, and just tells you down here that the trigger's been added. Don't worry about any of this information. If you wanted to, you could have a time trigger, and that would be basically saying, okay, on Saturday night, I want everyone to get their emails. Basically, next step then is to come up with a template. So I can just say email, or give it a name, doesn't matter, and send for all rows is fine. You don't really have to do anything here because the previous screen you said send on submit. So basically the rest of it is fine, just need to name it. And now you're actually going to then construct your email. So I save the template settings. And now I go ahead and edit that template then. So now I can get into editing this template. Notice that's what I call it, email. So I can come in here and it automatically saves. So I want to say, okay, in this case, my email address is stored underneath the username column of my form. So my username is being collected, and in the form itself, it's going to be stored right in this column. So I just click in the to field and click username, and that's the variable then that represents each person's email address. And I could copy someone else if I wanted every single email to come to me. I could put my own email address in there, but that'd be a lot of extra emails. And then I can come in here and subject, so I can say here, orchestra sign up or something like that. And then I can go ahead and construct my email. Dear blah, blah, blah. And instead of blah, 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 I can come up here and actually say dear. And then since I'm collecting their name, I can actually click on the variable name. And then it'll say name, name, but I'll just get rid of the name. And I'll say dear name, comma. And then you can start your thing. And then at any time, you can use any of your headers to bring in information. So I could say the name of the app requested. I could say something like, thank you for filling out the Chrome app approval form. Here's what you submitted. So your name of app was name of app requested, so that variable gets popped in there. The web address of it, the why. So I can click each one, it brings in the question name and the variable that represents their specific answer to that question. So that's how you can bring it in. And then I can say something like thanks, Mr. McGaffrey, or something like that. I can also grab this box if I need a little bit more room to spread it down. So that's how you can use all this. Don't worry about the language. And then when it's saved, then you can hit preview and send all, and it'll also send it all, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want everyone to receive an email. All right, hopefully that helps. Have a great day.